The medicine man looked at Mama Folake and said,
Someone is poisoning your son, someone very close to him.
Emeka, the brother who cried the loudest, who never left Chidi's side, who carefully brought his brother the water that was killing him while secretly planning to take everything Chidi had, including Amina. Let me tell you the story about how a brother became his brother's worst enemy, and how jealousy is the slowest, cruelest poison of all. In the village of Ajashe, two brothers grew up in the same house but lived completely different lives. Chidi woke up early every morning with a smile. He would sweep the compound while singing. He helped their mother without being asked. When neighbors greeted him, he always had a kind word. His clothes were old and faded, but he wore them with pride. Everyone in the village loved Chidi. Emeka woke up angry every day. He didn't know why he was always angry. It had been like this since they were children. When Chidi helped their father on the farm, Emeka stayed home. When Chidi fixed things around the house, Emeka complained it was too much work. When Chidi made people laugh, Emeka walked away. "Why do you always have to be so good?" Emeka asked his brother one day. Chidi looked confused. "I'm not trying to be good, I'm just being myself." That answer made Emeka even more angry. The brothers were only 1 year apart in age. They had the same parents, lived in the same house, walked on the same ground. But the village treated them very differently. At the market, traders would say, "Chidi, take these extra yams for your mother." Men at the village square would ask for Chidi's opinion on important matters. During festivals, people wanted to be near Chidi because he made them feel good. Emeka watched all of this. Every smile people gave Chidi, every gift, every kind word. It felt like torture. "It's because you're better looking," Emeka told himself. But that wasn't really true. Emeka was handsome too. "It's because you're younger and mother's favorite," he thought. But Chidi was only 1 year younger. The real truth was harder to accept. Chidi had something Emeka didn't have. Chidi was genuinely kind and happy. People are drawn to happy people like plants grow towards sunlight. Their mother, Mama Folake, saw the problem growing between her sons. One evening, she pulled Emeka aside and held his face in her hands. "My son," she said, "carrying anger and jealousy is like carrying rocks on your head. Every day they get heavier. Put them down before they break you." Emeka pulled away. "You don't understand, Mama. I understand that jealousy is eating you alive. I'm not jealous. I just want what he has. Just once." Mama Folake's eyes filled with tears. "My child, you can't steal another person's light. You have to find your own." But Emeka didn't want to find his own light. He wanted to put out Chidi's light. Everything changed when Chief Adewale made an announcement. His daughter Amina had come back from the city where she studied nursing. She was beautiful, educated, and would inherit her father's wealth. Chief Adewale said Amina would choose a husband during the harvest festival. Every unmarried man in the village got excited, including Emeka. Finally, Emeka thought. Finally, something that can be mine. Finally, I can have something Chidi doesn't have. But then, Amina started visiting their compound. At first, it seemed like she was just being friendly. She would stop by to greet Mama Folake. She would drink palm wine and talk to everyone. Emeka made sure he looked his best. He wore his finest clothes. He told impressive stories about his plans for the future. He tried to show Amina he was important and ambitious. Amina was polite to him. She said thank you and listened to his stories. But her eyes kept moving to Chidi, who was quietly working in the corner, fixing a neighbor's broken chair. "Brother Chidi," Amina said one day, "I hear you help a lot of people in the village. Why do you do that?" Chidi looked up, surprised. "I don't know. I just see things that need fixing and I fix them. It feels natural." "Don't you want people to pay you or praise you?" Chidi thought about it. "Praise is nice, but that's not why I do it. I'd do it because we all need help sometimes. If I can make someone's day better, why not? Amina's whole face lit up. What a good way to think. It's the only life we have, Chidi said, going back to his work. We should help each other. Emeka watched this from the doorway and felt something break inside him. Not his heart. Something darker. That night, Emeka couldn't sleep. He lay on the mat next to Chidi and felt like he was lying next to his enemy. He doesn't even try, Emeka thought. He doesn't dress up or say smart things. He just exists. And that's enough. It's always enough for him. As the sun rose, Emeka made a decision. If being ambitious didn't work, he would try something else. Something terrible. Baba Ogun lived at the edge of the village where the forest started. People whispered about him. Some said he was a medicine man. Others said he practiced dark magic. Men went to him when they wanted power or wanted to hurt their enemies. Emeka had never gone there before. As he walked toward Baba Ogun's compound, his hands shook. The place smelled strange, like herbs and smoke and something else that made his skin crawl. Baba Ogun was sitting outside, grinding something. He was very old with eyes that seemed to see everything. I've been waiting for you, Baba Ogun said without looking up. How did you know I was coming? Men like you always come eventually. Baba Ogun looked at him. Let me guess. There's a woman. And your brother. And you want what he has. Emeka's mouth went dry. She looks at him like he's everything and I'm nothing. Ah. Losing to someone who isn't even trying to win. That hurts the most. Can you help me? I can. But first, how far are you willing to go? This was the moment Emeka could have turned back. He could have walked away. He could have chosen a different path. Instead, he said, I'll do whatever it takes. Baba Ogun went into his hut and came back with two things, a small leather bag and a bottle with liquid that looked like dirty water. This bag has herbs, Baba Ogun said, holding up the first item. Put it in food when you eat with her. It will make her notice you more. And the bottle? Baba Ogun's face got serious. This is for your brother. Put exactly 4 drops in his drinking water. Not more, not less. It will make him sick. Stomach pain, weakness, tiredness. He'll be too sick to go to gatherings for a few weeks. By then, she will have chosen you. Emeka reached for the items, but Baba Ogun pulled them back. Listen carefully. 4 drops only. If you use more, I don't know what will happen. This medicine is very strong. It comes from poisonous roots. If you don't respect it, it will kill. I understand. Do you? Baba Ogun stared hard at him. Once you do this, you can't undo it. What you do to others comes back to you. Are you sure? Emeka thought about Amina looking at Chidi. He thought about every time people ignored him. He thought about living his whole life in Chidi's shadow. I'm sure. Baba Ogun gave him the items. Go then. But remember, I warned you. Emeka hid the bag and bottle in his clothes and went home fast, his heart beating hard. Behind him, Baba Ogun shook his head sadly. Another fool, he said to himself, who thinks poison only hurts one person. For 2 days, Emeka carried the bottle everywhere. He watched Amina visit their compound 3 more times. Each time, she talked more with Chidi and less with him. They talked about everything. The weather, farming, her work, his dreams of starting a carpentry business. You want to make furniture? Amina asked Chidi. Yes, Chidi said while working with wood. I want to make things that last, things people can pass to their children. My grandfather had a chair his father made. That kind of thing matters. That's beautiful, Amina said with a big smile. Emeka listened from inside the house and wanted to scream. His brother wasn't even trying to impress her. He was just being himself. That night, Emeka decided to do it. He woke up before sunrise while Chidi was still sleeping. He went to the big clay pot where they kept their drinking water. His hands shook as he took out the bottle. 4 drops, he told himself. Just 4 drops. He opened the bottle. It smelled terrible, like rotten plants and medicine mixed together. He held it over the water, his hand shaking. "This is wrong," a voice in his head said. "This is your brother." But another voice was louder. "He has everything. Just this once, let it be your turn." 1 drop fell into the water. 2 drops, 3 drops, 4 drops. Emeka started to pull the bottle away, but he stopped. What if 4 drops weren't enough? What if Chidi recovered too quickly? What if Amina still chose him? The thought made Emeka panic. 5 drops, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Emeka poured until half the bottle was empty. Then he realized what he had done and felt sick with fear. He hid the bottle and ran outside. He crouched behind the storage building, shaking, his heart pounding like drums. Inside, Chidi woke up thirsty and reached for the water pot. And Emeka, hiding in the shadows, knew he had done something he could never undo. The poison was in the water. Chidi was at the village square with other men, helping to fix the community well. They were laughing and talking when suddenly Chidi swayed sideways. "Brother, are you okay?" someone asked. Chidi tried to answer, but only a strange sound came out. The hammer he was holding fell from his hand. Then his legs gave out and he fell hard on the ground. His body started shaking violently. His back arched. His arms and legs jerked around. White foam came from his mouth. His eyes rolled back in his head. The men started shouting for help. Emeka heard the noise from home where he had been sorting yams. His first thought was relief. He had an alibi. He was home doing normal work. His second thought, when he ran to the square and saw what was happening, was pure horror. This wasn't someone with a little stomach pain. This was someone dying. "Chidi!" Emeka fell to his knees next to his brother. "Chidi, what's wrong?" Chidi's body shook again. Blood came from his nose. His lips turned blue. "Get help!" Emeka screamed. "Someone help him!" Men carried Chidi's shaking body home. Mama Folake heard the commotion from the market and came running. When she saw her youngest son, she made a sound like a wounded animal. Baba Kunle arrived within an hour. He checked Chidi's pulse, his eyes, his tongue. He burned herbs and prayed. He used all his medicine. Nothing helped. Pastor Adebayo came with his Bible and holy oil. He prayed for an hour. Still, nothing changed. By evening, Chidi lay on a mat, barely breathing. His skin turned gray like ash. His eyes looked empty, like he was already leaving this world. Emeka sat next to him all night, holding his hand, whispering. "I didn't mean this," Emeka whispered. "I swear I didn't mean this. Please don't die. Please. I'll confess everything. Just don't die." But Chidi's breathing got weaker and weaker. For 3 days and 3 nights, Chidi hung between life and death. He couldn't eat, couldn't drink, could barely breathe. His body was destroying itself from the inside. Sometimes he would whisper strange things about darkness, about water that burned, about shadows. The whole village came to see him. Women brought soup and medicine. Men brought chickens to sacrifice. Children brought flowers. Emeka never left his brother's side. He cried real tears. He prayed real prayers. He begged God and the ancestors to save Chidi. But at night, alone with his guilt, Emeka knew the truth. He had wanted to hurt Chidi. Maybe not kill him, but hurt him badly enough to take him out of the picture. And now Chidi was paying for Emeka's jealousy. On the 4th day, Amina came to visit. She brought expensive medicine from the city. But when she saw Chidi, barely alive, barely human, she fell on her knees next to him and started crying. "Chidi," she whispered, holding his thin hand. "Please fight. Please stay. I need you to stay." Chidi's eyes opened just a little. Even dying, he managed a small smile. Sister Amina, he whispered, his voice like wind through dry leaves. Don't cry. Life is still good. Amina's tears fell on his hand. Emeka watched from the door and felt something die in his chest. He finally understood. Amina didn't just like Chidi. She loved him. Really loved him. The kind of love that comes from seeing someone's soul, not just their face. Nothing Emeka did would ever change that. He had poisoned his brother for nothing. On the fourth day, Baba Kunle pulled Mama Folake aside, away from where Emeka sat crying beside Chidi. Mama, Baba Kunle said quietly, I need to tell you something. Can you save my son? Maybe. But first, you must know the truth. Baba Kunle's old eyes were sad. This is not a natural sickness. This is not evil spirits. Someone is poisoning Chidi. Mama Folaka felt the world spin. What? Who would do such a thing? The poison is in his water. Someone he trusts has been putting it there. But who? Who has access to his water? Baba Kunle looked toward the room where Emeka sat weeping. Who brings him water to drink, Mama? Who feeds him? Who never leaves his side? Mama Folake's hand went to her mouth. No, not Emeka. He loves his brother. Look at him. He's crying. He's devastated. Guilt and grief look the same, Mama. I don't believe it. I won't believe it. Then ask yourself this. Why did Chidi get sick so suddenly? Why is the poison only in him and no one else who drinks from the same well? Why does Emeka insist on bringing all of Chidi's water personally? Mama Folake felt her legs go weak. She looked at her eldest son, saw him weeping over his brother, and suddenly understood. The tears were real. The guilt was real. But so was the poison. That night, Mama Folake couldn't take it anymore. She waited until Emeka left Chidi's side to use the latrine. Then she searched his sleeping area. She found the bottle hidden in his bag, half empty, smelling of death. When Emeka came back, Mama Folake was sitting on his mat, the bottle in her hand. Emeka froze. Mama? What is this? Her voice was calm, but her hands shook. I can explain. What is this? Now she was shouting. Emeka fell to his knees. I didn't mean to. I just wanted... You wanted what? To kill your brother? No. Just to make him sick for a little while. Just so Amina would choose me instead. But I used too much. I didn't mean... Mama Folake slapped him so hard his head snapped to the side. Then she slapped him again. And again. You poisoned your own brother, she screamed. Your own blood. For a woman? I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry. Sorry? Mama Folake's laugh was bitter and broken. Your brother is dying. Dying. Because of you. Emeka was sobbing now. I know. I would take it back if I could. I would give anything. Get out. Mama, please. Get out of my house. I have one son now. When he dies, I will bury one son. You are no longer mine. Please, Mama, don't... Get out! But before Emeka could move, a weak voice came from the other room. Mama, don't. They both turned. Chidi was awake, barely, his eyes half open. My son, you heard? Mama Folake rushed to his side. I heard everything. Chidi's voice was like dry leaves. Don't send him away. But what he did, I know what he did. Chidi's eyes found Emeka's. Come here, brother. Emeka crawled to Chidi's mat, unable to stand, unable to speak. I'm sorry, Emeka sobbed. I'm so sorry. I destroyed you. I should die, not you. Chidi's thin hand reached for Emeka's. I know. You're sorry. How can you even look at me? How can you not hate me? Chidi's smile was sad and tired. Hating you takes strength. I don't have, and it won't make me better. But I poisoned you. For nothing. For a woman. For jealousy. I know. Chidi coughed, and blood flecked his lips. But you're still my brother. And I choose to forgive you. How? Emeka was screaming now through his tears. How can you forgive this? Because, Chidi whispered, his breathing getting harder. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Those words hit Emeka like a hammer. I forgive you, Chidi said again, weaker now. But now, you have to live with what you did. That's your punishment. And then Chidi closed his eyes and slipped back into unconsciousness. Chidi didn't die that night, or the next night, or the night after that. Slowly, painfully, his body began to fight back against the poison. The city doctor came with modern medicine. Baba Kunli used his herbs and prayers. Mama Folake never left her son's side. And Emeka stayed too, even though his mother wouldn't speak to him, even though the whole village now knew what he had done. After 2 weeks, Chidi could sit up. After 3 weeks, he could speak in full sentences. After a month, he could stand. But he would never be the same. The doctor explained it to Mama Folek. The poison destroyed his stomach and intestines. He can barely eat solid food now. He'll be in pain every day for the rest of his life. And the doctor paused. He can never have children. The poison damaged him too much inside. Mama Folek wept when she heard this. In their culture, a man who couldn't have children was considered cursed, incomplete. But when they told Chidi, he just nodded slowly. I'm alive, he said. That's more than I expected. When Amina heard the full story, about the poison, about Emeka, about everything, she came to visit Chidi. She sat beside him for a long time in silence. I'm broken now, Chidi finally said. I can't work like before. I can't eat normal food. I can never give you children. You should choose someone else. Amina looked at him with tears in her eyes. Do you want me to choose someone else? I want you to be happy. Then let me decide what makes me happy. She took his thin hand in hers. I fell in love with your heart, Chidi. Not your health. Not your ability to have children. Your heart. And that's still good. But, will you marry me or not? Amina asked, smiling through her tears. Chidi stared at her. You still want to marry me? Even now? Even now. Even tomorrow. Even forever. And Chidi, broken and damaged but still somehow full of grace, said yes. 3 months later, they had the wedding. The whole village came, though some whispered that it was wrong, that Amina was wasting herself on a broken man. But when Chidi and Amina stood under the big tree and said their vows, something shifted in the air. Amina spoke first. I choose you, Chidi. Not because you're perfect, but because your heart is good. Not because you're whole, but because you teach me what real strength looks like. Then Chidi spoke, his voice still weak but clear. I choose you, Amina. Not because I deserve you, but because you see me. The real me. And you choose to love that person. There wasn't a dry eye in the crowd. Emeka stood at the very back, away from everyone. He had helped prepare everything for the wedding. The food, the decorations, the seats. He did it silently, never asking for thanks, never expecting forgiveness. When the ceremony ended and everyone celebrated, Emeka turned to leave. But Chidi's voice stopped him. Brother, where are you going? Emeka turned, surprised. I didn't think you'd want me here. This is my wedding day, Chidi said, walking over slowly, still moving carefully because of the pain. How can I celebrate without my brother? After what I did, after what you did, you're still my brother. Come, eat, celebrate with us. Emeka's eyes filled with tears. I don't deserve. None of us deserve the grace we're given, Chidi said. But we receive it anyway. That's what makes it grace. And for the first time since the poisoning, Emeka felt a tiny crack in the wall of his guilt. not forgiveness. He would never forgive himself. But maybe, just maybe, a reason to keep living. After the wedding, Emeka knew he couldn't stay in Ajashe. The shame was too great. Everyone knew what he'd done, but before he left, Chidi called him aside. "Where will you go?" Chidi asked. "I don't know. Away. Somewhere I can start over. Running away doesn't change what happened." "I know. But staying here, seeing what I did to you every day—" "That's exactly why you should stay," Chidi interrupted. "Not to punish yourself, but to help others." "Help others? Who would want help from me?" "Young men who feel what you felt, who struggle with jealousy, who think violence is the answer." Chidi put his hand on Emeka's shoulder. "You made a terrible mistake. But that mistake can teach others. Your story can save lives." "You want me to tell people what I did?" "I want you to tell people the truth. About jealousy, about poison, about what it costs. Not so they'll hate you, but so they won't become you." And that's what Emeka did. He stayed in Ajashe. He never married. He lived simply, working odd jobs and telling his story to anyone who would listen. At first, people threw stones. Some spit at him. Many told him to leave. But slowly, over months and years, something changed. Young men started coming to him. Boys who were angry at their brothers. Men who wanted to hurt their rivals. People consumed by jealousy and rage. And Emeka would sit with them and tell them the truth. "I poisoned my own brother," he would say. "I nearly killed him because I was jealous. I destroyed his health, his future, his ability to have children. And you know what? It didn't even work. The woman still chose him. All I did was destroy him and destroy myself." Some would listen, some wouldn't. But every person who walked away from violence, every brother who chose peace over poison, that was Emeka's redemption, one soul at a time. 15 years passed. Chidi and Amina's home became known as a place of peace. They never had biological children, but they took in orphans and raised them with love. Chidi still lived with pain every day, but his spirit never broke. Emeka, now older and grayer, had become known as the warning brother. Young people sought him out, not to judge him, but to learn from him. One afternoon, Emeka sat with Chidi on his compound porch. "Do you think I've made up for what I did?" Emeka asked. Chidi thought for a long time before answering. "You can't make up for the past. You can't undo what happened. But you've created a different future for others. How many young men have you saved from the path you took?" "I don't know. Maybe hundreds over the years." "Then maybe that's enough," Chidi said. "Not redemption. You don't get to erase what happened. But purpose. A reason to wake up each day." They sat in comfortable silence. "Do you forgive yourself yet?" Chidi asked. "No, I don't think I ever will." Chidi nodded. "Maybe that's okay too. Maybe carrying that weight keeps you honest, keeps you helping others." "Do you still forgive me?" "Every day," Chidi said. "Every day I choose to forgive you. It's not a one-time thing. It's a choice I make when I wake up in pain, when I can't eat what I want, when I see my friends with their children. I choose to forgive you instead of choosing to hate you." "How?" "Because," Chidi smiled, "forgiveness isn't for you. It's for me. Hating you would poison me worse than anything you put in that water. So I choose peace instead." As the sun set over Ajashe that day, two brothers sat together where everything had fallen apart and somehow started to heal. One brother had chosen forgiveness and peace, even through constant pain. The other had chosen honesty and purpose, even through constant guilt. Both paths were hard, both required daily choice, both took courage. The village of Ajashe learned something important from these two brothers. Jealousy is poison. It destroys the person you're jealous of, but it destroys you even more. Peace is a choice you make every single day. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, not the person who hurt you. And the worst mistakes can become the most powerful lessons if we're brave enough to tell the truth about them. Two brothers, two choices, two different paths, but both leading, eventually, toward healing. This story reminds us that we all face jealousy sometimes. What we do with that feeling, whether we let it poison us or choose a different path, determines who we become. Some choices can't be undone, but every day is a chance to choose better. Asterisk.